Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. And for those of you that weren't able to join us, I hope you'll enjoy the content that we're going to be discussing this evening. Just a quick thank you for your time and your efforts. I appreciate everything that you do and your thirst to learn and your trust in me to learn things that I have proven to be effective in the growth of our business. And I recognize that some of the things that I may be teaching may not be in your wheelhouse. Maybe they're not right now, but they will be eventually. I want to say that I want to focus on the one thing that I believe most coaches are not really comfortable with. It's going to be one lane I'm going to lean into tonight, and I promise you that I will be doing another training in a different lane. But I want to stay focused on something I'd like to see all of you embrace as you're building your businesses and setting your goals this year. You can see that I've accomplished some serious milestones with this company. I have obviously developed Health Practice Advisors to be our entire health coaching entity that supplies the programs, the tools, and everything you need to independently grow your business. Together with Unicity International, they are our brand partner, and they supply us with the world-class nutritional supplementation to support our programs. Within the Unicity International organization, I've reached the highest levels of any woman in the United States. I was the first double diamond ever to accomplish that rank, and that came as a result of persistent, consistent business development. And for years, I was a previous member of the Presidential Board of Advisors. So I have really climbed the ranks through many elements of business growth, making many mistakes, spending a lot of time in the wrong environments, wasting a lot of money, trying different things, but I needed to do those things for trial and error so I can turn around and teach you. And so what I'd like to do tonight is I'd like to talk to you about how to scale your business and your social life. So much of your success is going to come from your accountability. And accountability is going to be a whole other topic that we discuss on one of our next upcoming trainings. But for now, I just want to say that accountability starts with yourself, and it starts with scaling your business and thinking about what you want from your business ultimately, and breaking it down, working backwards, where you are making plans and taking your schedules to work towards that ultimate goal that you have to scale your business. It's going to break down month by month, week by week, day by day. It should be an agenda that you schedule for yourself on your social life, online and offline. We have to accommodate every element of our lives, whether it's time that we're spending in our social media, or it's time that we're spending in our church, or it's time that we're spending at our kids' school programs, or it's time that we're spending at our jobs. But you've got to find a way to integrate this business opportunity, your business opportunity, into every element of your life. It doesn't have to consume you. It just needs to be a little part of you. And it just needs to be organized, where every single week, you know what days and what blocks of time you're willing to dedicate, commit, have the work ethic and the discipline to do the things you know you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing them. That was something I learned so many years ago from a top leader who said, the key to success is doing what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing them. And I have practiced that. And I can tell you there have been times where I've had to sit down and make a phone call. I didn't feel like it, but I set the time aside. In that day, it was going to be phone call time. So I want you to really think about what you want from your businesses, and what are you not doing that's not helping you accomplish your goals? What do you need to know that you need to do that you have to discuss to develop strategies to help you if this is a weakness for you, trying to figure out, how am I going to fit this into my life? How am I going to get over the part of this that is uncomfortable, that I'm not really willing to step out of my comfort zone? And how am I going to get over my failures and bounce back and feel authentic? You've got to get over all of those humps. And the best way to do it is to just do it, be accountable to yourself and be accountable to your mentors. I promise you, if you keep us in your hip pocket every step of the way, you will get where you want to go. And for each of you, it's going to take a different length of time. It's really important that you strategically circulate in multiple directions. It is a maze of opportunities around you, left, right, center, in front of you, and behind you. Everywhere you are is an opportunity for a conversation. It could be about health. It could be about business. It could be about anything that we can make a difference in somebody's lives. You just need to be awake. You need to be aware. You need to have your antennas up. I used to do a training years ago, and I'd say, put on your Unicity glasses. Put them on every day, because everywhere you go is an opportunity for you to grow your business. You might think, well, where I go every day, I see the same people. They're not interested. Nobody's asking me. If that's the case, find a way to make them ask you. Do something different about where you are every day. Try to find one time in a week something you can do in your everyday environment where you currently think there's no opportunity to bring up who you are and what you do. Try to do it. See what it feels like. And when it doesn't materialize for you, talk about it with us, and we'll figure out other ways that you can do something to bring attention to yourself. I'm going to talk about some of the online engagements that I think are really important, because everybody can do this. When people say to me, and I have to tell you, I speak to many coaches, and I hear so many of them say, I don't like online. I'm really not social media savvy. I have a Facebook account, but I haven't really posted anything since 2008. I didn't even put my picture up there yet. I meet people like that all the time. Young people, older people, but then I meet older people, older than me, who are more social media savvy than me. Guess what? I don't like social media either. My children had to force me to get an email address when AOL came out. I remember they made up my email address for me. It was embarrassing, but I couldn't let go of it. It was ladybizwiz@AOL.com. And I said, girls, you're making me feel like a lady that walks the streets. Lady Bizwiz? Anyway, that stuck with me until I graduated to Gmail. And then I realized I better get a little more mature and be Jan Bloom 811@gmail.com. And then I got even more mature and I became Jan@janbloom.com, because I decided if anyone's going to own my name, it's going to be me. And I went, and for $4.99, I bought my name, janbloom.com. So I think that's something all of you, if you haven't done it yet, go secure your name.com, because at some point you're going to want to make a really professional decision to be professionally visible online, and you want people to remember you by your name. Now, on the screen, what you're seeing is examples of places that I circulate. And I circulate in these places because I'm searching. I said in the promotion of this training that you were going to have so many ideas that if I heard anybody afterwards say, I don't know where to go or how to build my business, I just don't know that you can ever be building a business, because there's so many ways that you can be doing it. So for those of you that are very uncomfortable to do things online, I understand that. I used to be too. And it's something that you can get over in the quiet of your own home, in your pajamas, when nobody's watching you and there's no pressure. All you have to do is search and click and open and read and get creative in your thoughts. I didn't stumble on all of these particular groups because I knew them off the top of my head. I went into Facebook. I typed in the search window, cholesterol support groups, diabetes support groups, nurse job opportunities, pre-diabetes support group, Ozempic weight loss support, networking and advertising space for spiritual and holistic practitioners. Jenny Craig Members Motivational Support Group. I just typed these in. Many things I typed in didn't exist, but many of things I typed in, as you can see, did. And this isn't even all of them. This is all I could really fit on my screen. But look at how these groups, 21,000 members, 2,000 members, 9,000 members, 12,000 members, these are places where you can engage with like-minded people or people that need to know what you know. And so if you begin to do research online and you're the person that's saying, I don't like social media, I don't want to be online, or I don't know anybody, are you going to teach us how to find clients? They're everywhere. They're all around you. Now, I realize in this training, we're not going to talk much about offline. However, we will talk a little bit about it, but I really need to help you guys over the hump of learning how to be productive online. Who wants to work with us? Dietitians, health coaches, personal trainers, nurses, business people in health-related fields, people that have medical problems that we can solve. I have literally met and prospected and have had productive engagements with people from every single one of these groups. It will not overlap if every single one of you enroll in these groups. Cruise them for a while. Take the pulse of these groups. Look at what people are writing. Just start quietly by engaging yourselves. Review the comments on the posts that people make. And then once you're comfortable, be visible. Every day, new people are joining these groups daily. Look at the graph on the right. Just when I had looked at the most new people to the group, 14 seconds ago, that guy enrolled. 3 minutes ago, Brittany enrolled. 38 minutes ago, Colin enrolled. 46 minutes ago, if I waited another hour or two, there would have been an entire other list of people. It's endless, the amount of prospecting that you can be doing online if you will set the time aside to do it. Looking at your appointment book on Monday, do you have a day planner? Or are you a computer calendar person? Whatever works for you. It's important for you to look at your calendar every Sunday and then look at your day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever days of the week that you know you want to work or can work, and make room for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever works for you. But consistency is the key, and scrolling these groups, you will learn so many issues from people that need us that you don't even know are existing right under your noses because you're not making the effort. And if you're somebody that says, well, yes, I am, then find more groups and keep going back to these because you never know who's going to show up. Just look at the new to the group list. And then it's important for you to take your time and strategically search. I noticed personal trainers were coming to our business left, right, and center during COVID. And so I wanted to find some personal training communities. I wanted to find somebody that had a leadership role in that community. And so I found this gal, and her name is Danielle, and I reached out to her in a private message. I admired the group that she developed. I remember that what I wrote to her was all about COVID, and I asked her, how has it affected her community now that the gyms were closing? And it was a conversation with her that inspired me to develop the online health coaching arm that we can offer to serve gyms and fitness centers. And so she had her online community, and I began to network within her group. And I also realized that she had over 3,300 members, and she was very respected amongst the people that knew her. I asked her if she wanted to work with me. She declined. She was very focused on what she was doing, but I asked her, would she mind if I connected with any of her personal trainers that might have an interest in incorporating health coaching into their careers, because I told her I wanted to help all these personal trainers that were suffering, losing their jobs from COVID. And she was gracious. She said, absolutely no problem. She felt no problem because she knew it was not a conflict of interest to what she was doing, and it was going to help the people that were part of her community. So I met personal trainers through her community. So through that, what I did was I began to message people. I first went to the group, the members. I pulled up every single member that was in the group. I looked at the kind of posts that they made. I looked at the kind of comments that they made. I also went back to her community page and observed people that were super visible, because the ones that were super visible were the ones that were really engaged in their field. So I was strategically dedicating a lot of time to this community because I just wanted to find a few personal trainers that I could build a team with. And so I was messaging them with engaging questions and comments, and questions like, have you ever thought of embellishing your personal training career with a health coaching element? And some were no, some were saying I do already, and some were saying sure. So I went through over 3,000 members, and maybe I made a dozen contacts that were viable contacts. I got a lot of no answers, but the contacts that I made, I never would have made if I didn't take the time to go ahead and send those messages. So a message, here's an example. Hi, Nancy. I've admired your Facebook post. Your passion for wellness is clearly evident. I'm currently seeking coaches with your background interested in embellishing their career by co-coaching and facilitating our integrative health coaching online group curriculum. If you're interested, let's arrange a brief conversation and I'll elaborate further. It was as simple as that. I just was seeking people out, sharing that I was looking for people with their background who wanted to embellish their career. That was it. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Your messages need to complement and emphasize their passion. So whatever groups that you're seeking to meet people in, whether it's fitness instructors, health coaches, dietitians, yoga instructors, physicians, business professionals, focus on things that are important to them. Don't just have a cookie cutter, copy paste thing that you're going to say to all these different professions. Cater to the dietitian comment, nutrition and dietary knowledge. Yoga instructors are into self-care, mental health, body weight fitness. Physicians are interested in improving blood work and weight. Business professionals focus on developing a sales team. Fitness instructors on fitness and weight training. Health coaches on holistic approaches to their existing skill set. So you want to design your strategy, your communications to hit home for them. I also encourage you to try to build a business where you live. I wanted to work with people that were in my local market because I figured, what a cool way to build some local relationships, and then I can help them network in their communities because I'm nearby. And so I began to look online for people that were in the field of dietetics. And I wanted to find somebody that would be in the Fort Lauderdale area near me. And so when I was reaching out and looking for people, I stumbled on Ellen Baxley, and we built a relationship, and she reviewed all the information. And I hadn't even had a chance to follow up with her yet. And the next thing I know, I got this message from corporate. Congratulations, your coaching team is growing. And she enrolled herself. She did everything without me even inviting her, or I hadn't gotten to that point yet. My next step with her was to do that. But she was so self-motivated. She took it upon herself. She called the corporate office. They asked her who inspired her to want to learn about our company. She gave my name, and boom, that's how it happened. She's a gal who's in private practice. She doesn't build our business with GetFit 21. She has, from the moment we got acquainted, she wanted to learn about it, but she uses many of our supplements within her practice as a dietitian The reason she wanted to work with us was because dietitians are very clinical, science, research-based. They don't believe in anything unless you prove it to them. She did her research and she said, the closer I've looked, the better it looks. And she came to work with me. I haven't spent a lot of time with her, haven't had to do coaching or mentoring or training. She's not developing her business in a team type of environment. She just has a private practice and incorporates what we have into her practice. So what does that mean for me? That means that's business volume in my account month after month after month from the moment she got engaged that pays me a net dividend percentage every month. You never know what people are going to do with this business. Get Fit 21 is phenomenal. The Feel Great system is phenomenal. Our supplements individually are phenomenal. The key to success is to meet people where they are. She was clear about not wanting to work with our team of coaches because she was very set in her ways and she didn't want other coaches coaching her clients. I respected that, but she wanted to learn the program and she's doing whatever she's doing with our tools and our supplements. So that's an example of not expecting everybody to conform to our perfect little program and curriculum. Whatever they want, be that for them because we can. This is a guy that, oh, I loved him. I loved him from the minute I met him on the phone. He was such a warm, loving, wonderful person. And he went back as a businessman in sales and marketing to become a health coach. He was following his passion. Yet he really couldn't cut it in the health coaching field. He tried, but it wasn't who he was. And he was a business guy, but he still wanted to maintain the business of health in one way or another. And it's interesting because people will lead you to their peers. People are windows and doors to other people. And this really great guy who I still stay in touch with, he is not active in developing our business. He's not building a Get Fit 21 business. He's not building a health practice advisors business, but he led me to some wonderful coaches on our team who are coaches that trained with him in his program. And he introduced them to this. And through him, I met some of the most amazing women that I work with. And that's why you never know. Something might not be for that person, but you never know because they are a window and a door to somebody else. Other ways that you can think. People in health today love that word holistic. I typed in Holistic Health Chamber of Commerce. I heard somebody mention it to me once, but I forgot about it. But then I went and typed it in and there was such a thing. I couldn't believe it. Chapters all over the country. And so I learned about this Fort Lauderdale chapter and I met some really great people through this. And I don't know where you live, but maybe there's something like this where you are. It's just an idea for you to put on your to-do list. I also really wanted to get into corporate wellness. And so I began to look for people that worked in the field of corporate wellness. And so I met this really amazing woman, D'Amica Page. She was a personal trainer, fitness coach. She worked at Johnson & Johnson as their lead trainer for the top executives. So she was really involved in corporate training. And as soon as I saw the Johnson & Johnson Human Performance Institute, that's how I knew she worked in corporate wellness. I reached out to her. I asked her, is this what she wants to do full-time for her career? Or has she ever thought about doing anything else to embellish her strength in corporate wellness or personal training? And she obviously was an entrepreneur, very open-minded, and she led us to some very interesting ideas. And so there are people that work in corporate wellness that could become your partners or lead you to other people in the health-related fields. And so through her, she lives in a town called Apopka, and through her, I became connected with her to the Apopka Area Chamber of Commerce. And through the Apopka Chamber of Commerce, we were able to create some really unique and interesting business environments. So there is D'Amica, who led me to some corporate wellness environments and business professionals who understood what we were trying to accomplish, not just in the financial commerce of their business community, but we stress to them that you can't have a healthy business community if those businesses don't have healthy employees. And so that was why we designed City Challenges. It was through her that we came up with the Eat, Move, Go City Challenge. And then through her, I met another dietitian who was also very enterprising, and she lived in Northern Florida, and we decided to do the same concept where she lived, Jacksonville City Challenge. And she was also really involved in fitness. She's also a personal trainer. And so I said to her, why don't you do a health coaching program for the gym that you go to? And she got the gym to host, which is what you see here, Boost Sports Performance Transformation Challenge. All of these little environments added up to tremendous volume, bringing so many people into the circle of our businesses, volume on our business reports every month. One person could lead us to another to lead us to an entire city. Just imagine. So I want for all of you to stop staying right here and let your mind expand for the possibilities that lie before you. All it takes is for you to sit and think and do. If you do that, you will have an endless array of ways that you can be growing your business. There are things that you could be doing that I am personally creating to support the team in accomplishing this, on how you can build your database online. And you could do this offline as well, and I'll elaborate on that in another training. But for the purpose of our time tonight, I want to talk about those of you that are willing to really start getting more comfortable integrating social media into your presence of your business. Ladies, you have to face it. Life is changing. Our social lives are changing. No one loves going out to lunch and being face-to-face with somebody more than me, or meeting for a cup of coffee and talking about what we do. That's how I built my business, was meeting people face-to-face at a little table. Not on Zooms, not on social media platforms. So I don't know from all of this until it finally came out. And I had to pivot and I had to embrace it if I wanted to continue to be progressive and forward thinking in the development of my business, because no change means no change. If I didn't embrace something, even though I didn't love social media, if I didn't embrace it, even just the little bit that I did, I would stay stuck where I was. You will stay stuck where you are if you don't embrace things that are not things that you feel good at, or things that you don't know that you have time to do, or things that you don't really like. You won't get where you want to go unless you find other creative ways to accomplish it, which maybe you can. We just need to discuss it. But on your screen, what you're seeing are free giveaways. Many people are experts at building these amazing funnels online, and put in your name and put in your email address, and I'll send you this free thing. And they've got these very, very elaborate funnels that are, click on this page, it takes you to that page. Click on that page, it takes you to this page. Click on this page, it takes you to that page. Kudos to those people. Those funnels are amazing. I could never do that. I'm not good at it. I wouldn't know how to build it. I don't have the bandwidth to do something like that. I'm too one-on-one people oriented. And so I just haven't embraced that. But what I have observed by learning, I like to watch what other people are doing and pluck from them what's working. And what I've learned is, first of all, I know that building your email database is absolutely critical, because you need to be able to stay in touch with people. And what I observed is anybody that's doing all this fancy schmancy sales funnel-y type stuff that all of us look at and say, we could never do that. They're all offering something for free. And so I've put together, this is just a few of several others, these giveaways for you to grow your contact list, where you can make a post about whatever it is. If Melissa is posting something on mindset one day on her Facebook page, she can post, fill in this comment below. I will send you my free Mindset for Weight Loss guidebook. And you can have people fill in their contact information. You could do it on your Facebook, on Instagram, on whatever platforms you're currently using or intend to use. But people like to get stuff. And so these are just some of the topics: cocktail guidebook, mindset guidebook, low carbohydrate recipes for pasta, different topics that you'll have available to you that you can begin to use to inspire people to want to download this free book that you're going to send them. Community bulletin boards. They are all over the country. There are community bulletin boards. Name a town that you like. See if there's a community bulletin board. This is a way to meet business people in the community, medical professionals in the community, ways for you to see who's visible on social media. You can go through their members and see, here's 3,300 members. Who posts? Who's visible? Who are people that you want to reach out to? This is something you would do if you want to build in your local community or pick somewhere else that you might have contacts. So this is something that exists everywhere. Geographical social strategy. Now, I am from Philadelphia. I wanted some reasons to go back to Philly. So I wanted to seek out dietitians that worked in the Philadelphia area. I wanted to work with people that could possibly give me a reason to go back home and visit friends. And I met this gal, Lisa Marconi. She had an interest to work with me. She was a coach that didn't necessarily follow through on everything. She was the kind of personality that always had an excuse. She was a very committed person in every aspect of her life, but her business. She confessed to me that that was a weakness for her, but I was willing to take her on to see if I could help break that habit, but I couldn't. That's her personality trait. But what was cool was she led me to her networking group, the Polka Dot Powerhouse, which was a group of amazing women who were all networkers. And through this group, I met many of her friends and people that I was able to work with. I met a couple physicians. It enabled me to meet other people from Philadelphia and develop my business there. Do I work with Lisa now, today? No. Does she use our products personally? Her name is on my report every month. Yes, she uses them personally. Does she share them with other people or use them in her business? No. But it was still worth building the relationship because she led me to her networking group that materialized for me. Newsletters. I took a beautiful sample today of a newsletter that Rakisha posts for every single week. She's got a newsletter going out. And all I can say is her visibility is dramatically impressive. I read her newsletters every week. They're easy, they're brief, they're concise. Her messaging is awesome. She's sending them subtly to her website. You can see rakishamcmillan.com. She subtly has Get Fit 21 in the left corner. She always talks about things that are interesting. They may not always have anything to do with Get Fit 21 or the Feel Great system or our supplements. They could have something to do with your hearing, water, just anything that has to do with life and health, things that attract people. I applaud her diligence and her work ethic and her discipline to do these things, because this is what it takes to be successful. So you can have newsletters that you can creatively make up, Or you can be lazy and use the newsletters that we've made up. We've already made them up. Get yourself set up with a MailChimp account. It's free. Take the already made up newsletter that we've created for you on all these different topics that you can find in our coaches resource portal. Paste them into the template that you like on MailChimp. Go to MailChimp.com, sign up for a free account. Don't be afraid to do these things. This is what you need to do. It's the visibility in emails, online, in your community, with friends and family, people that are acquaintances. If you do these things, people will take you seriously. They'll see you're doing all these things to support your career. And when they see that, you will stay at the forefront of their mind and they will reach out to you at one point. You might put out 6 months of newsletters and not have one person respond, but then you might have somebody respond. And you might be able to help somebody with their diabetes or their cholesterol or whatever their health concern was. And that one person that responded 6 months later could be the one person that opens a door to you to a medical practice or opens a door to a family that needs you. You don't know if you don't do. The bottom line is facts tell and stories sell. And we have tons of stories. I loved how Juanita, who is one of our lead coaches, shared her story this week. And she shared it because she wants to not just help build her business, but she shared it with all of you because she wants to help all of you build your businesses. She shared her story because she knows that in our business, Health Practice Advisors team is a very heart-centered team, heart-centered opportunity where we want to see each other succeed and give back. Giver's gain is everything. We work with an abundance mentality. It's not all about you. It's all about us. And so what I want you to learn from what she did was, number one, the sharing and caring. She has shared her experience, and she shares all the time about her family's experience. But notice how she posted this, and it says, message me for a free health consultation. So she's going to give of herself to somebody. And will it materialize? Maybe yes, maybe no. But maybe that person knows somebody who it could materialize for, that they could lead Juanita to. If you don't post and do these things and be visible, whether you put this up as a poster somewhere or you do it online, offline, whatever it is, stories are going to be what build your business. So many coaches say to me, well, I really need to study the products and I have to understand how they work because I want to make sure that I can explain them. So when people ask me about them, I can explain them. Well, let me tell you something. I doubt very highly that you're going to have a client say to you, hey, Juanita, can you tell me the mechanism of how balance works? Because I want to know, how does it increase my HDL or my LDL, triglycerides, and hemoglobin A1C? What do those bile acids and bile salts do in the liver? And I want to know, how does that metabolize? It's going to ask you that. They're going to ask you, how does it taste? What's the consistency? Does it work? And all you have to do is say, here's some pictures. Here's the proof. Here's how it tastes, and here's how it works. All you need to know is that these products work. The knowledge that you gain in the mechanisms and the science and the research, do that research for yourself because you're educators and you need to know it because you're hungry and you're interested in it and you should know it. This is your business. But you don't need to know it perfectly for the clients. That's the mistake that paralyzes everybody. Just know that these supplements are not on trial. They've been proven, they work, and have been in circulation for over 30 years in 50 countries. The balance alone has $4 billion worth of sales. Do you think it's possible to sell $4 billion worth of a supplement if it didn't work? Do you think people would be refilling it? Do you think physicians would be embracing it in their practices? Please understand, this is what you need to realize. Share stories. We have tons of them. You should be posting every week, not once a week, twice a week. Embellish that in between with an article. Just be visible. There are fitness studios that are incorporating our supplements into their programs. We have a fitness studio here that was introduced to us from one of our other trusted coaches. She is a person that is a group health fitness instructor. She's a nurse practitioner. She introduced our programs and supplements to this studio. And to this day, we have members who use these supplements, some that are in the program, that never would have happened if she didn't introduce it to the studio owner. So remember, the good old-fashioned referral, who do you know, is never going to go out of style. It isn't always about the social media platforms. It's about your communities. It's about the people that cross your path. Who do you know that might appreciate a very successful program focused on helping people with? And then you there just list our expertise. Referrals are the greatest method of building your business. And I wonder how many of you ask people this question. And if you're afraid, why are you afraid? Why did you get into the business that you're in? To sit and feel bad that it's not growing? You got into this business because you want to help people. Do you know what your best tool is? It's not social media. It's not posters. It's not flyers. It's not pamphlets. It's your mouth. It's your mouth and it's your heart. It's having your heart in the right place and having conversations with people to find out what's paining them in their lives, and being inquisitive and mastering the art of asking questions. Because the more you find out about people, you will find ways that you can help them and serve them with everything that we have to offer. You can be reaching physician practices, all of you that have 1 client, 5 clients, 30 clients, whatever. If you use the health and wellness profile with every single client, and if you make a point of using that highlighted orange line on that profile, your physician's name, and you look up that physician, and you go ahead and you contact that physician, send a letter that states, I am helping one of your patients with their cholesterol problem. I've enclosed information for you to see what I'm doing. If you have any other patients, excuse me, please feel free to refer them. I will be keeping you abreast of every patient and their results. Please let me know how I can be helpful to your practice. I am confident that I can help save you a lot of time and help improve your patient outcomes. If you do that with every person, you will be able to reach their physicians when that physician gets that letter, which, by the way, on the outside of the envelope, you always must mark personal and confidential. So this way, the front office girl does not open it and put it in the garbage, but because it says personal and confidential, it's going to get to the doctor's desk. And then your business card is going to be in there. A brochure about what we do is going to be in there, and your letter. You will meet physicians that will be impressed when that patient comes back in and they see the blood sugar drop from 280 to 120, or their cholesterol improved. They're going to remember because the patient's going to remind them what they did, and then they're going to refer them. So these are the kind of things that you can be doing to expanding into the medical community if you're afraid to just walk in the door of a medical practice. I could teach all of you how to prospect in the medical community. That's my expertise. But this is a really great way to backdoor yourselves into medical practices. Do those of you that are on this training have clients? And if you have clients, do you think they have doctors? You bet. Get their name and reach out to them. You will find some physicians are super engaged in health. This is a physician that I work with out of Puerto Rico. I met him through one of my partners who's in Miami, who was originally from Puerto Rico. And through this physician, he ended up embracing our supplements. He loved the idea of Get Fit 21. We had it available in Spanish. And he said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put every member of my staff into this program and on these supplements. He paid for all of them. He wanted whoever walked into that office as a patient to know that what he was endorsing, every one of his staff had also embraced. He set up his own Facebook group called the Adler Home Office. And this was, you can see, Adler Get Fit 21 Revolution Grupo Pilato. This was his pilot program. And ever since, he has his own program. He has taken Get Fit 21 and massaged it to be things that he believes in. His office manager also happens to be a personal trainer. And so she's added in a whole other fitness element. And they move so many supplements through that practice. It's mind-boggling. I spent maybe a month working with their office manager and some of their staff. And ever since then, I haven't had a conversation. They don't need me. It's volume on my report month after month after month. So reach out to the medical community, the chiropractors, the functional medicine doctors, OBGYNs, delivering babies with women who need to lose the pregnancy weight, dealing with women who have PCOS, the polycystic ovarian system that stems from blood sugar imbalances, the women that are pregnant who have gestational diabetes. Think about gastroenterologists who deal with gastric health concerns that we could be helping their patients with the cleanse. We just had that huge promotion, and I had one of my physician groups order 50 boxes of cleanse. I am saying that it's a community you should not ignore, and backdoor it with this recommendation that I'm saying on the wellness profile. If you want to work with business-oriented people, maybe you should consider joining LinkedIn. This is a business professional network, but guess what? On this network, you're going to find nurse practitioners, dietitians, people in private practice, doctors, pharmaceutical reps that are building sales teams. I have met so many interesting medical business people through this venue. Minerva is one of the people that I met, and I saw that she was involved, in a medical institute. She was their director. And number two, I saw that she was in Houston, where I was spending a lot of time working with several of my physicians, where I have a diverse group of physicians from cardiology to OBGYN, many practices. And through her, we ended up working together and integrating everything we do, supplement-wise, not Get Fit 21, supplement-wise, into her environment. And she since left there, but and they still move a lot of supplements within that practice where she was. However, she's now relocated, and now she's implemented it where she works now. Met her through LinkedIn. Local events, expos. Many of you are doing an amazing job going to expos and setting up all types of vendor booths for yourselves. I'm so impressed with the displays that you make, your creativity, the banners that you have. I really believe this is a wonderful networking opportunity, because these expos, you don't go there to necessarily sell supplements. You go there to network with the vendors, because all those vendors, guess what? They're going to these expos all over the place to build their businesses. And you will find that you may see them again at different expos, and you network with them and you co-work with them, but you're also meeting potential clients. And so I would say that integrating expos into your strategy is a phenomenal idea. It's being visible, taking one afternoon of your life and getting in front of hundreds of people, clients, vendors. It's a beautiful thing. I see coaches that are doing this, and they're yielding great results, making wonderful contacts. The secret in this strategy is in the follow-up. It's not what you do that day. It's all in the follow-up. I have a coach that builds her entire business attending farmers markets. She's based out of Nevada. She has farmers markets that are within 20 miles of where she lives. Every weekend, she's at a different one. She sits there. She's got her product display, her blood pressure cuff. She's got our flyers in plastic frames on the table. She's built a steady clientele. She sells samples. She'll sell a packet of matcha, packet of Balin, whatever it is, $4 a packet, 3 for $10. She gets clients left, right, and center. She building Get Fit 21? Nope. She's building her business organically in her community the way she wants to. And it's important for you guys to know that there's all these different venues, because you may meet people that don't want to be online. Maybe you don't want to be online. You can do this very organically. And I want to lean a little bit into eventually thinking about branding yourselves, because as you take your business on and you get more and more serious and you want people to take you seriously, it's important that people know that you are a professional in every sense of the word. From the minute they might look at your picture on Facebook or your business card or your anything you have, you want to be perceived as a professional. And that's why I said earlier, it's important to brand your name. No one should own your name but you. No one else is going to be janbloom.com but me. No one else is going to be Rakisha McMillan but her. Think of that as your first baby step into branding yourself and really digging your heels in the ground and building your business. Here's examples. Some of the coaches that I've worked with in helping them get in this direction, leaning into being perceived as a professional, as a health practice advisor, sharing the different things that they do. So when they say, this is my website, artiekumar.com, rakishamcmillan.com, it's so much easier for them to be able to have a notable logo that's clean and easy, a brand that's familiar that represents healthcare and fitness, and then an image of themselves that people remember. These people that you see on the screen are all leaders in their own way. They've got different backgrounds. I know many of you know Tammy. I don't think anyone has been more generous than Tammy when it comes to sharing her stories that are endless and her health accomplishments with our supplements, from our cleanse program to our Get Fit 21 program. She's grown so much with her personal experience, starting out as a consumer and then deciding, I want to be a coach, and then leading into, I want to develop a business bigger than just helping people one-on-one. I want to be a leader. And now she leads our entire gut health program. I've watched Tammy evolve from a client to a leader. And I've seen somebody who's gone from maybe not feeling as confident in the beginning to do a video, sending me 25 takes of a video until we say, that's it, that's the one. And always having the best attitude about it, no matter how frustrated we got. She nailed it. And she's being an incredible leader. And Melissa, who comes from a completely different background in the personal care industry, her leadership skills, they're emerging because she loves our supplements. She believes in health and wellness. She embraces our programs, and she can be who she wants to be in this. So every one of these people have evolved to be different women today than they were before. When I met Artie was quiet. She was shy. She's very introverted. She admitted that. I'm not talking behind her back. And Artie and I decided that we were going to develop her business around her passions. And she really wasn't confident in articulating who she was and what she could offer. And so the best thing for her was to brand herself and have the tool that would make that possibly easier for her. And her passions were helping her community within the Indian community. And knowing that we're an international company, I said, listen, you're going to work locally in your Nashville community with the Indian market. They're all going to have family and friends back in India, that you can ultimately be growing your business internationally. And that lit her up. And so she has slowly been emerging and following her passion of cooking. And I said, Artie, why don't you start migrating in the direction of healthy cooking with Indian cuisine? And she had people come to her house where she did cooking demonstrations. She got interviewed by a radio station. She's active in her church. She's evolved to be somebody that she wasn't before this, because she wasn't afraid to step out of her comfort zone. Well, she was, but she trusted me. And we have helped her evolve into a direction she otherwise wouldn't have. And now we're taking it one step further. I said, Artie, you need to create an Indian recipe book, because that'll make it possible for these people to cook these things that you cook. And then think about all the other members of the team that want to also help other people in the Indian community, because they'll be able to offer an Indian recipe book that was offered and created by you. So many cool directions. And then I look at Keisha, who has an extraordinary background in work ethic and discipline. She's got a background as a social worker. She's got her background in the military, which is where those do 50 push-ups if you don't listen to me attitude. She's got it all going on in leadership because she's led people. So Keisha comes to the table with skills that many of us never had before. So maybe she's 1 or 2 steps ahead, but she still needed her refinements for leadership in this world and branding herself, consolidating herself, doing the things that we've been discussing are what's growing her business. So if you want to grow, then you need to do, and you need to be patient with yourself. 3 years it took me before I became financially viable. And I'm talking before internet, before emails. It was a long haul for me. And so the women that you're seeing on the screen, they all have different backgrounds. They've got different gifts. And these 2 women are very set in their ways. That's what I love about them. Meryl says, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I don't want to go here. I want to go here. I love how focused she is on doing the things the way she wants to do them. And she made that clear to me, and I respected that. But I love the trust that she had in the importance of developing her brand and creating her logo and her story. And then Susan's very headstrong. Susan knows what she wants to do. She has her vision for how she wants to build her business. She's open-minded. She listens. She's coachable. But I love how she just takes charge. So we work with all different kinds of personalities on our team. People that are introverted, quiet, shy, headstrong, go-getters. When you work as a team, it's so powerful, but it's only going to help you working as a team when you show up and be visible. That's why the Coach's Corner is somewhere that you guys should be hanging out, asking your questions, sharing your insecurities, asking, how can I do this? Does anybody have experience in this? That Coach's Corner is there for you. Staying connected in the community to build your business is one important element. Staying connected with the team and working with us and attending the trainings as you are, that's going to be something else that's going to grow your business. These are just the examples of beautiful logos that we've created that I think if you want to have that professional image, you should consider making this part of your business strategy. When you're visible, people will see you, you'll get their attention, and they're going to say, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. That's what you want. You don't want to be out in the community, offline or online, vomiting information. You don't want to feed people information with a fire hose. You want to drip, drip, drip. You want to drink your matcha in front of somebody. Taking a sip of this disgusting green-looking drink might provoke a conversation for someone to say, ew, what are you drinking? I get that all the time. And I say, it is what I call delicious swamp water. It's my genie in a bottle. That always provokes conversations. So being visible with your supplements, being visible online, offline, you do that often enough, you're going to get, tell me more, tell me more. You're out there, your role is to create curiosity and be a traffic director. You're directing traffic to the information that you believe that person is seeking. Don't flood them with everything we've got. If you reveal that someone has an interest in diabetes, don't send them Get Fit 21 or the Feel Great or any of this. Send them one video about balance. If somebody has an interest in gut health, don't send them everything we have. Send them just to the guthealthexperts.info website. Just send them what they need. Be a good detective, look for the clues, educate them accordingly, meet them where they are. The conclusion is you must adjust your social life, online and offline, for your business strategy. The first thing you have to do, if you haven't done it yet, or if you've done it, do it again. Create your list of people that know you, trust you, and respect you. Don't say, I don't know anybody. Yes, you do. Because God forbid a million times you died, people will be showing up at your funeral. There's a lot of people that know you. And think of who you would be sending your holiday cards to. And then think about your social circles, online and offline. Join the career groups and the social platforms that I shared. Local city groups. Observe the social comments and comment back. One of the things that I think is so important is for you guys to go ahead, push yourselves as much as you don't like it, but it's going to grow your business. Get on your Facebook and look at the people's posts that you know. Look at acquaintances. You know, when you go on your Facebook and you'll see somebody and then, oh, they're friends with that person, and you start to just look. Begin to follow people and look at the kind of things they're posting, and then make a comment. People love to be commented on. That little comment will provoke maybe a response from them. That will then provoke a possible conversation with them. If you don't do these things, no change means no change. So I want to inspire you to be visible, comment back. I've gotten lazy about that. I'm so busy. I don't want to spend my time on Facebook and social and all. I just can't. I'm with all of you guys all day. But you know what? I made a pact with myself that I was going to get better at acknowledging people's posts. Whenever I post, which is, maybe once a month, twice a month tops, I really don't post a lot. I always notice who comments on my posts. And there's a handful of people that, oh my gosh, the effort they put into their comments on my posts. So I said, that is so nice that they take the time to really comment. They're just not clicking like. People really take the time to write nice things. So I decided that I was going to return that gesture. And I was going to get better this year at commenting back, especially to the people that comment on my posts. And then I was going to initiate commenting on other people's posts that maybe aren't commenting on mine. It wasn't going to be just people that comment on mine. I wanted to reach out and start touching lives of others. And I have to tell you, it's actually been kind of fun. I had made a comment recently on a friend's post. This friend is connected to a social circle that I haven't seen in years. I used to see them because we used to all go to this one event together, and I would always see them only at this one friend's social gathering, but I knew them. I started to click on some of those people's posts, comment, and now I am building back and developing relationships with these people that I could potentially be gaining as clientele to turn over to all of you, because you all know I don't want to be a health coach, but I love meeting and helping new people. So if I'm going to meet new people who need what we have, I'm just going to refer them to all the coaches on the team. But it's been kind of fun re-engaging, and it's actually made me feel really good in my heart, because people like to be acknowledged. And I know how good it feels when someone comments on my posts. So I decided that I want to make other people feel that same good feeling and acknowledge their posts, and that I was going to get better about that this year. So social commenting, I want to encourage you to start doing it. Also, understanding your audience and the content that's important to them. That goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. Don't vomit everything we have all over people. Just stay focused with the audience of what their needs are, and only send them information that's important to them, or comment on something that's going to be relatable to them. Spend your time, your precious time that is away from your family, your husbands, your kids, your jobs. Spend it strategically. Take that 15 minutes, that 30 minutes, sit down and just do nothing but prospect. 80% of your income until you are earning $5,000 a month consistently is going to come from prospecting. New blood is the lifeblood of your organization. So you have to be obsessed, and I'll say it again, obsessed with relentless prospecting. Having one here, one there isn't going to cut it for you. You're going to feel discouraged. You need to have so many irons in the fire and juggling so many balls that you don't know which way you're turning. That's what's going to grow your business, but you're never going to have that if you don't do some of the activities that we're discussing. And I can tell you that one time at one point in my business, I said to a top leader, I said, oh my God, I have so many people that I'm working with, I can't even remember. And it's not that I'm even working with them. I'm just like, I'm prospecting this one and I met this person here and there. And this person said to me, you know what, Jan, sounds like you're doing everything right. You want to not know if you're coming or going. That's how you build this business. Every business, whether you are in insurance sales, car sales, health coaching, building a medical practice, is a numbers game. This is business, ladies. You need to become businesswomen in the field of health. If you want to be somebody that just wants to have a clientele, you can do that. And you can set your financial goal, and your financial goal might be, I'm happy to make $1,500 a month. You can do that. Calculate how many clients you need to earn $1,500 a month. You might say, I want to make $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. You can, but you got to do the activities that are going to yield those results. Prospecting in volume environments, fitness centers, gyms, physicians, chambers of commerce, city events. I mean, all those things. So make sure that your financial goals align with the activities that you're willing to do, and make sure that whatever prospecting activities you engage in are strategically focused on what your end goal is. You may begin with us and just want to build your clientele. You may begin with us and want to have your own personal experience and accomplish both. You may have that experience personally improving your health. You may start to build a bit of a clientele helping others, but then you might get that itch to want to take it to another level and build a team where you can now help more people by helping a coach build their business, because that other coach has a social circle and a network that you otherwise wouldn't have had. And now you can touch more lives. So this is a business that's like a maze. As I said at the beginning of this training, it can go places you never dreamed of. When I got started, let me say, I had no idea where I was going to land. I couldn't even set a goal because I didn't know what a goal was. I was never a businesswoman. But I just stayed focused on what my objective was, and that was to help people and to get this in the hands of as many healthcare professionals that I could, because then I know they would help people and I would have had something to do with that. So I'd have the satisfaction of it. And then when I decided that I want to take this seriously as a business, then I realized then it's a numbers game and I need to really do everything left, right, center, and not stop. So did you ever hear how it's always the 3%ers? They say that make all the money in the world. That's because only 3% of the population is willing to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. Most people quit because they lose belief in themselves, or they don't have the patience to wait until something materializes in their business and they really get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. So I'd like to encourage all of you that so much of your business development is going to be practice. And you're going to practice and practice and practice in your prospecting efforts, and you're going to get better and better and better. And when that really big fish crosses your path, you're going to be ready. And if you have a really big fish and an opportunity cross your path early in the game and you get lucky in that sense, don't blow it. Don't do it by yourself. You come to us and say, I need your help. And then we work together as a team and we make it happen with you. All I can tell you is that if you be accountable to yourself, your dreams, your goals, and you be organized and do what I said at the top of this call where I'm concluding now, create a schedule for yourself. Have a schedule that's busy, but works with your family and your life. If it takes you away from some of the things that you enjoy, that's the sacrifices you have to make to be successful. I missed many of my children's events when they were younger because I might have had an event to go to, a conference with Unicity. I missed things because my goals, dreams, and objectives were really important to me. I knew that if I had to miss something, if I had to miss a ball game that my daughters were playing, their little girl softball, if I had to miss it, they're not going to grow up and resent me for it. People get over things. Stay true to you. Put yourself first. You are always going to spend your life taking care of everybody else. That's what we do as wives, sisters, daughters, mothers. We are always there putting everyone ahead of us. If this is your goal and your dream to be successful in the field of health promotion, whether it's in building a team or building a practice, put yourself first and make this business a priority. Do not treat it like a hobby. Enjoy every moment of it. Don't stress. I want you all really, I'm a Leo, and that's why I love this slide. Enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Don't be discouraged. Be inspired by the experiences, even if they're not great experiences. Look at them as learning experiences and stepping stones to where you want to go. I still fall flat on my face even to this day. I want to tell you, nobody's perfect, but you have to fail your way to the top because nobody starts out and succeeds right out of the gate. Nobody. You've got to go through the tough times to get where you want to go. And for some of you, it could take 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. But if you quit before that 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or 6 years, however long, you never know who could have crossed your path that could have changed the entire dynamic of your future because you quit. And you'll always wonder, I wonder what would have happened if I stayed with it. So please don't stress over this business. Embrace it. Enjoy the learning experience. Just thrive from the personal growth you're going to get and reach out to us every step of the way. We are a team. We work together. It is the most incredible team of tremendously talented women. I love all your diversity, your cultures, your backgrounds, your ages. It's so inspiring. And I'm just excited to work with all of you and see us have a phenomenally productive year and developing all your individual business strategies with you and your mentors. We have great leadership on this team. Be visible. We are here for you. And on that note, I want to say thank you. And I really hope that you've gleaned some insight from this training that I just recorded for those of you that were not able to make it.